Wildlife management. Wildlife management, which is an important branch of W conservation, is concerned with assuring the maximum possible populations of game animals consistent with upland uses in the same area and with the number that the given habitat will support. This is attained by manipulating the balance of nature in such a way that the desired game species are favored. Many sportsmen have the idea that the way to increase game animals is to kill off all of their predators. Wildlife managers, of course, are well aware that predator elimination may well be the very thing that should not be done. Successful game management depends upon a number of factors, including an understanding of ecological principles, an appreciation of the conflicts between game species and agricultural uses of land, and educating both the landowner and the hunter concerning the objectives, techniques and limitations of game management. WIID Life OF India. Indian subcontinent is unique in having great natural beauty in its different biomes and also in possessing a rich and diverse wildlife fauna. It includes about 123 families of terrestrial vertebrates. According to an estimate, there are 400 species of mammals, 1,200 species of birds, 350 species of reptiles and more than 70,000 species of insects. Kajuria, 1957. The animals such as black buck, Nilgiri tar, pygmy hog, golden langur, lion-tailed The animals such as black buck, Nilgiri tar, pygmy hog, golden langur, lion-tailed macaque, etc., are unique to India. The other typical wild management of wildlife assures the maximum possible populations of game animals consistent. Animals of India are elephant, rhinoceros, deer such as musk deer, castora, barking deer, kotra, spotted deer, cheetal, hog deer, hoggeron, mouse deer, Indian chevrotain, swamp deer, barasinga, dancing deer, sambar thaman, and Kashmir stag, antelopes such as black buck, four-horned antelope chowsingha, Indian gazelle chinkara, and blue-bulled nilgai bison, wild buffalo, Himalayan ibex or wild goat capra sibrica, wild boar, wild ass, Nilgiri tar, carnivores such as big cats such as lion, tiger and leopard, striped hyena, jackal Canis aureus, wolf Canis lupus, desert cat Felis libica, desert fox. Vulpes versus bacilla, bears such as black Himalayan blue-bulled nilgai, bear and sloth bear, monkeys and apes such as Nilgiri. Langur, Ceropithecus jani, lion-tailed monkey, Macaca silensis, rhesus monkey, Macaca mulatta, and Hanuman monkey, Semnopithecus entellus, Indian giant squirrel, Ratufa indica, desert hare, Lepus nigricollis porcupine, pangolin, birds such as peafowl, Pavo cristatus, jungle fowl, partridge, quail, great Indian bustard, Choriotes nigriceps duck, pigeon, sandgrouse, storks and egrets, pelican, eagle, crane, owl, hornbill, etc., and reptiles such as crocodiles, gharials, lizards, uromastyx, and enormous varieties, about 216 species, of snakes. Wildlife management requires ecological information about game animals, and some basic facts of game species are the following. 1. Deer. The deer belong to the family, Cervidae, of the mammalian order, Artiodactyla, and they are herbivores and form significant component of grazing food chains of the Indian forests. They control the overgrowth of forest vegetation and themselves become food of carnivores. Due to limited shelter and food supply, deforestation, urbanization, mass hunting, etc., there has been a great reduction in the number of deer population in India. Sangai of Manipur or brow-antlered deer, Cervus ld, is at the verge of extinction. Mouse deer, Tragulus memina, stands just 30 centimeters off the forest floor. It has no antlers, but male has downward pointed canines that look like tusks. Its small size helps them to evade predators by hiding beneath low bushes. Timid and gentle, these dwarfs lend enchantment to Indian forests and are subject of Indian folk tales. The musk deer, Moschus moschiferus, is found at 2,500 to 4,000 meters altitudes in Himalayas, Himachal Pradesh, northern Uttar Pradesh, Nepal and Sikkim. It is about 50 centimeters high, has long ears, short tail and gallbladder, but no antlers and no pit glands, suborbital glands below the eyes. Male or buck has downwardly projecting canines of the upper jaw. It is a shy animal and lives a solitary life. This deer has been almost hunted out mainly for musk, which is a valuable product used as perfume fixative and is important ingredient of several Ayurvedic and homeopathic drugs and is obtained from the musk pouch existing below the skin of abdomen of buck. For the conservation of musk deer, a national park of 1,000 sq. km has been established at Manali in Kulu Valley by Himachal Pradesh government. The barking deer or rib-faced deer, Cerebolus montihec, is found at the altitudes of 2,000 to 3,000 meters and has 4 subspecies in India. It is 61 centimeters in height and has suborbital glands below eyes. Buck has antlers and non-protruding canines. It lives in pairs or small families in thickets and being diurnal, grazes in the morning and evening hours. The dancing deer or sambar, Cervus unicolor, is large-sized 150-160 centimeters high, browsing and gregarious deer, occurring in the herds of 4 to 12 animals and is found in forests all over the country. It has very long, up to 100 centimeters, antlers. Beetle axis is 76 to 91 centimeters high, grazing and gregarious deer, living in the herds of 20 to 30. It is spotted with white on rich brown coat. The buck has long slender antlers, each of which has 3 branches or tines and is shed annually. It is mostly found in the forests of Indian plains and in hill up to 1333 meters but are not found in Assam, Punjab and Rajasthan. It prefers open-type forests with good grazing sites and running streams. The hog deer, Axis porcinus, is smaller and stouter in build and has hog-like appearance. It lives either solitary or in pair and prefers to live in grass patches bordering on forests. It is diurnal and comes out to feed only during morning and evening. 2. Antelopes and other herbivores. 1. Antelopes. In India there are 4 species of antelopes, the Indian gazelle, nilgai, black buck and chowsingha. The Indian gazelle or chinkara, Gazella dorcas beneti, is mostly found throughout desert region of southern part of Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. It lives in herds of 3 to 5 animals and has adaptations to live in extremely arid conditions, kilometers away from drinking water sources. Prakash. It prefers to live in open grasslands with thick bush cover. They feed on a variety of grasses and browse on shrubs. The nilgai or blue bull, Bocellopus tragocamelus, occurs in plains and Rajasthan deserts but not in Bengal and Assam, living in small herds of 4 to 10. It prefers to stay near cultivated lands but is also found in desert grassland. It is 131 to 137 cm high, females being smaller. Young bulls and cows are tawny equals light yellowish brown, but old males have iron gray color. Both sexes have a short dark mane on the neck. Male has small cone-shaped curved horns. In Thar Desert it is regarded sacred like cow, swa spared from hunting. However, it is killed under Crop Protection Act, because herds of nilgai inflict severe damage to crops. The black buck has its 4 subspecies in India: Antelope cervicapra rajputanae, Antelope cervicapra cervicapra, Antelope cervicapra rupicapra and Antelope cervicapra centralis. Black buck is a graceful and fast-running animal which occurs in grassy plains of India and avoids forests. It inhabits regions having scrub vegetation in the vicinity of tanks and lakes where they pass the day hiding under bushes and become active during night. The male antelope is brown or black in color while doe and fawns are yellowish-brown in color. Male has spirally ringed, unbranched, long 46 centimeters and permanent horns. There occur large preorbital glands below the eyes of both sexes. Black buck is a polygamous and gregarious animal and its herd often includes single male, several 50 or more females and a few fawns. Almost all subspecies of black bucks have been hunted out from most part of India and now they occur in appreciable numbers only in certain pockets of Rajasthan, especially around the villages of Bisnoi caste, of Hindus, who protect them from hunting. The four-horned antelope or Chowsingha tetracerus quadricornis has 2 pairs of horns, the front pair being shorter. It occurs in the foothills of the Himalayas and in Bundelkhand region. It mostly leads a solitary life. 2. Wild buffalo. The wild buffalo Bubalus bubalus is a large-sized, robust animal having streamlined body. It prefers tall grassy forests close to marshy areas in the vicinity of rivers and lakes. It was once distributed over the grass jungles and river and forests of the Gangetic Plain, the Terai, Assam and eastern peninsular India down to the river Godavari. Great hunting of wild buffalo has restricted them now only to Assam, Manas and Kaziranga sanctuaries, the Nepal Terai and Bastar district in Madhya Pradesh. According to Sheshadari, 1969, there are only 1425 wild buffaloes in India. 3. Bison. Mithun, bull-gaur or bison bosgoris, is a relative of ox and is found in Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. Due to certain epidemic diseases such as rinderpest and enteric viral disease, numerous individuals were wiped out some years ago and now a few bisons are mainly confined to Bandipur in Karnataka. 4. Wild goat and sheep. In India, wild goat and sheep are restricted to north. Ibex is found in the Himalayas. The Nilgiri tar Hemitragus hylocrius is the only one to be in south, in Nilgiris, Tamil Nadu. It moves about in herds and grazes on grasses. This species is greatly endangered due to habitat disturbance, predation by black panther and wild dogs, dole, and hunting by poachers and only 450 tar are present today. Davider, 1975. 5. Elephant. The Indian elephant, Elephas maximus, is the largest terrestrial mammal and is confined to the Terai and the foothills because of its dependence on succulent grass, bamboo and plenty of water. It is gregarious and its herds move constantly in the search of new feeding grounds. Its population is hunted out mainly for tusk and now Periyar Sanctuary, Madras, has some elephants. 6. Rhinoceros. The Indian rhinoceros, Rhinoceros unicornis, is found in the grasslands and jungle area of the foothills of the Himalayas, central Nepal, and certain pockets of plains of West Bengal and Assam. It prefers swamps and open savanna, covered with the tall elephant grass. A full-grown rhinoceros is 1.8 meters in height and 3 to 9 meters in length. It has a single horn on the nose. The horn is made of keratinized skin and matted hair. It is said to have aphrodisiac and other medicinal values, so that large sums are paid for it. This results in indiscriminate shooting and its near extinction in India. It is a slow, solitary animal and is strictly territorial. 7. Wild ass. The wild ass Echis hemionus cur had a fairly wide distribution in the dry regions of northwest India, Jaisalmer and Bikaner, but their distribution now become restricted to the Little Rann in the southern part of the Thar Desert, where G. 1963 estimated their number to be 870. In past, the population of wild ass severely reduced due to hunting, catching for breeding mules, Sura disease and South African horse sickness disease. However, people around the Little Rann are orthodox and vegetarian and do not molest the wild ass in spite of the fact they inflict serious damages to crops. Because it is the only true wild ass of the world, so it needs protection and conservation. Prakash, 1977. 8. Wild boar. The wild boar, Sus scrofa cristatus, has a long mobile snout with terminal nostrils. The canines of both jaws grow continuously and form long triangular and up curved tusks for defense and digging roots. They are better developed in males. The wild boar pig is omnivorous. It feeds on carrion, snakes, insects, roots, tubers and cultivated crops. It is gregarious, living in families in grass or bush of marshy places and is now rare and is mostly found in small numbers along the Aravalli ranges in the easternmost part of wild boar Thar Desert where they inhabit rocky slopes. 3. Big cats and other carnivores. India has a variety of world-known large-sized cats and other carnivores which are as follows. The Asiatic lion, Panthera leo persica, was found in the Thar Desert, in the arid plains of Sindh, and Rajasthan and Punjab. It is on record that the last lions were shot at Anandra and at Jaswantpura of Rajasthan Desert in about 1876. In India, lions are now preserved only in the Gir Sanctuary, in Gujarat, on the southwest of the Thar Desert. Its extermination is well known. The cheetah, Acinonyx jubatus venaticus, was found in central India, Deccan region, and in Thar Desert up to Jaipur in Rajasthan. Sheshadri, 1969, stated that it disappeared from Rajasthan about the turn of this century, from central India in 1920s, and in Deccan it was last reported in 1952. Now the cheetah, one of the most beautiful, agile and fastest animal, is regarded to be extinct from India. The tiger Panthera tigris is a gracious carnivore which is distributed in Uttar Pradesh from the Himalayas to the Vindhya forests in the south. In Himalayas it is found up to an elevation of about 2,000 meters. It lives in a variety of habitats, from thorn forests to the dense terai forests. According to an estimate, in 1948, the tiger population was 20,000 to 25,000, but in 1958, about 4,000 and in 1970 less than 3,000, nearly 1540, Daniel, 1970. To save the tiger from extinction in India, Project Tiger has been launched in 1972. This project planned to create tiger reserves in selected areas of India. Due to this effort, considerable improvement was observed in tiger population in 1973. Table 16:1. Table 16:1. Increase in tiger population due to Project Tiger, Newsletter, 1977, Volume I, Number 1. Tiger reserve population in 1972. Population in 1973. 1. Manas 3141. 2. Palamas 2230. 3. Simplipal 1750. 4. Corbett National Park 4455. 5. Ranthambore 14206. Kanha National Park 4348. 7. Melgat 2732. 8. Bandipur 1019. The leopard, Panthera pardus, is the smaller spotted cousin of tiger which can live in all types of forests. Once it was found all over India, but now its number has been drastically reduced. Leopard is given full protection in the Mount Abu Sanctuary, however, can be hunted under license from the Indian Wildlife Act. The snow leopard Panthera unica is found in the high Himalayas from Kashmir to Sikkim near snowline. It has a creamy gray coat with large black rings. It is greatly hunted for its fur and now is endangered species. Other important cats are clouded leopard, Neofelis nebulosa, leopard cat, Felis bengalensis, Pallas's cat, Felis manul, caracal, Felis caracal, etc. Caracal once was common in Rajasthan deserts. Now it has become extremely rare and is suspected to occur only in the Sirohi Jalore and Bikaner regions. Prakash, 1977. The sloth bear, Melarsu ursinus, is a stout carnivore which is found in the hilly forests like Mount Abu and Aranpur ranges. It lives mostly on fruits, honey and insects. It sucks up white ants from their hills which are broken by its claws with great speed. It is rapidly vanishing due to ruthless hunting and it needs conservation. The black Himalayan bear has V-shaped white mark on the chest and is carnivorous. Dolphin. In the Indus River, in the northwest and in the rivers Chenab and Sutlej in the north of the Thar Desert, the freshwater gangetic dolphin, Platanista gangetica, cetacean mammal, was once found in good numbers. Murray, 1884, but is now totally extinct. Prakash, 1977. 4. Birds. The important wild bird fauna of India include the following species: peafowl Pavo cristatus, gray jungle fowl Gallus sunrati, red spur fowl Galloperdix spaticea, ducks, Anser indicus Sarkidiornis melanotos, Anis poecilorentia pigeons, Columba livia, sand grouses, Pterocoles existis, P. orientalis, Streptopolia decocta, storks, Leptodolos dubuis, egrets, Egretta garetta, gray partridge Francolinus pondiarianus, black partridge Francolinus, golden eagle Aquila chrysatos. Vultures Gyps bengalensis, Neophron percnopterus, spotted-billed pelican Pelicanus philippensis, Ceres crane, Grus Antigone, quails Coturnix, C. coromandelica, and great Indian bustard Choriotes nigriceps. Certain birds such as osprey, great Indian bustard, cranes, mountain quail, horned owl, red-starred avocet, pink-headed duck, etc. are on the verge of extinction, if not saved. Great Indian hornbill with its peculiar nesting behavior is the pride of India and needs to be saved. The great Indian bustard is a large Indian game bird having a heavy body, long neck and long bare running legs. It is essentially an inhabitant of wide, open dry scrubby plains and waste, broken undulating lands of the Rajasthan, West Punjab and Gujarat. It is ruthlessly hunted out for its delicious flesh and is almost at the verge of extinction. In 1980, an international conference was held at Jaipur to assess its present position and to suggest conservation steps to save it from extinction. Indian bustard is almost at the verge of extinction. 5. Crocodiles and other reptiles. The following 3 Indian aquatic reptiles have been found endangered: the estuarine crocodile Crocodylus ferocis, subnose crocodile, freshwater or marsh crocodile or mugger Crocodylus palustris, and gharial Gabiolus gangeticus. The estuarine crocodile is found in Bhitarkanika Island and adjacent mangrove areas of Orissa and in the Sundarbans of West Bengal. The marsh crocodile is widely distributed in India and has been greatly reduced in number in the past due to indiscriminate shooting for its valuable hide. Gabiolus was once common in most large Indian rivers such as Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and Mahanadi, but now has very sparse distribution in Ganga and larger feeders in the Nepal Terai, Bihar and Bengal. According to Bustard 1974, Indian gharials are on the verge of extinction and there are only 143 living gharials. Suba Rao, 1977. Mugger is also fast depleting and may be endangered, if not saved. In 1974, under the guidance of Dr. H. R. Bustard, the project called Save the Crocodiles was started for the conservation and management of crocodiles, through the incubation of eggs, rearing and release in preserves. Projects for preservation of mugger, estuarine crocodile and gharial are now being undertaken in Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Kerala, Orissa, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. Sea turtles migrate to Gujar Matha, in Orissa to carry on nesting popularly known as Arabada. The deep sea fishing is a continuous threat to this reptilian species. When turtles float on surface during copulation, certain tribals which feed on them trap them and sell in the market. Their nesting grounds are also disturbed by man who collect turtles' eggs for consumption. A rare limbless lizard is the Barkudia insularis, which is mistook as a snake and killed indiscriminately. It is equal subterranean inhabitant found at Barkudia inland of Gharial, Chilka Lake and needs protection. In India, snakes are killed by some and worshipped by others. Generally they are feared. They are believed to be farmers' best friends as a single rat snake can eat hundreds of rats and mice per year. Indiscriminate killing of snakes for skin results in a loss of 10 million rat snakes, cobras and pythons every year. 6. Frog. The State of India's Environment, 1984, 85 reports that every year Indians kill an estimated 100 million frogs to satisfy the palates of well-fed Westerners. In 1981, 4,368 tons of frogs' legs were exported from India. These have been finding their way to Canada, Saudi Arabia, Japan and UAE. 2 common species of frogs viz. Rana tigrina and Rana hexadactyla have been affected by this trade and deserve protection. CONCEPTOF threatened spec-wise. The International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN, has categorized the rare species of plants and animals for conservation purpose. This classification is based on I. the present and past distribution of the species or taxa, E. abundance and quality of natural habitat, E. the decline in the density of population in course of time, and IV. the biology and ecological value of species. According to this system, the following categories have been identified. 1. Endangered E. species. These are species or taxa, which are in danger of extinction and which may not survive if the adverse factors continue to operate. The species whose numbers have been reduced to a critical level or their habitats have been drastically reduced in such a way that they are in the instant danger of extinction. 2. Vulnerable E. species. The species or taxa likely to move into the endangered category in the near future if the causal adverse factors continue to operate. These are species whose populations have been seriously decreased and whose ultimate security is not assured, and also those whose populations are still abundant but are under threat throughout their range. 3. Rare R. species. These are species with small populations in the world. At present, these species are not endangered and vulnerable but are at risk. These species are usually localized within restricted geographical areas or habitats or are thinly scattered over a more extensive range. 4. Threatened T. species. The term, threatened, is used in the context of conservation of the species which are in any one of the above 3 categories, viz. endangered, vulnerable or rare. The most threatened reptiles, birds and mammals of India have been listed in Table 16-2.